All right, welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a really big challenge, one that pretty much any mission-driven organization runs into. How in the world do you keep that genuine, personal connection going when you're dealing with hundreds, maybe even thousands of individual supporters? I mean, it's a problem that can just balloon out of control, right? So, let's dive in.
Yeah, it really all comes down to this one question. You've got all these people, thousands of them, who are passionate about what you do. So, how do you make every single one of them feel seen, feel valued, and feel totally connected to that core mission? It's a huge puzzle, especially when your team is already stretched pretty thin.
And look, this isn't just some small little thing. For a lot of nonprofits, this is a massive operational hurdle. You've got limited staff, a million priorities, and communication can get messy. It becomes inconsistent or fragmented or just plain overwhelming. The real challenge is just keeping your supporters in the loop, you know? Making them feel like they're partners in the journey, not just a number in a database.
So, to figure out how to solve this, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a bit of a case study by looking at the specific language a company called Help You Sponsor uses on their website. We're not selling a product here. We're just going to break down the words they choose to frame their solution to this exact problem.
Okay, so the big idea they're pushing here is centralization. Now, I know that word sounds a little corporate, maybe a little stiff, but really it's just a classic strategy for wrangling a complex mess. The whole point is super simple. You take all your different communications, your newsletters, those impact reports, all the personal updates, and you bring them all into one single manageable place. It's about creating order out of the chaos.
What's so interesting here is the very specific way they say it. Check this out. Have donor communications centralized. It's not a gentle suggestion, it's an active command. It implies that this is a deliberate choice you make, a strategy you put in place to get everything organized into one system that actually makes sense. And this is the payoff. This is the whole reason you do it. The benefit of centralizing is getting this, one hub for donor connection. You see that switch? They move from the action word centralize to this very real, tangible thing, a hub. It's not just about organizing emails, it's about creating a central place where that human connection can actually happen. Okay, I think we get the strategy, centralization, and we definitely get the benefit having that one hub. But what does this really look like day to day? What's the practical side of putting this whole thing into action? Well, in practice, it's actually beautifully simple. The source material breaks it all down into this simple three-step rhythm. You draft, you send, and you track. That's it. It's not about getting bogged down in a million complicated features. It's about having a clear, repeatable process for every single thing you communicate.
And it's that simple rhythm, draft, send, track, that makes all this other stuff possible. Suddenly, communication isn't a fire you're always putting out. It's a strategic tool. It means you can manage every single newsletter from one spot, you can see what's in the pipeline with just a glance, and you can easily organize and send updates. Basically, you're turning that chaos we talked about into an orderly, really powerful system. And here's the most important takeaway. All of those things, the hub, the three steps, the organization, they're all in service of this one big idea, an idea they repeat over and over: simplified donor engagement. It's all about cutting through the operational clutter so you can focus on the thing that actually matters, which is the relationship with your supporters. Which leaves us with one last big question to think about. If an organization can actually solve this huge communication challenge, if they can make it simple and effective and just done, what else becomes possible? What new levels can that mission reach when all that time and energy gets focused back on making an impact?